Many fans of the Monsterverse have been left scratching their heads over the absence of Bagan, a kaiju known for its immense power and ferocity. With the ability to absorb energy and adapt to any situation, Bagan is a force to be reckoned with. Armed with a supersonic roar, razor-sharp claws, and a devastating energy blast, if Bagan were to ever enter the Monsterverse, it could spell the end of Godzilla's reign as the king of monsters. The thought of Bagan and Godzilla facing off is both exciting and terrifying. It would be a true test of strength and power, with Bagan's energy absorption giving it a significant advantage over Godzilla's reliance on his atomic breath. Bagan's adaptability and resilience would make it a formidable opponent, able to withstand and counter Godzilla's attacks. Unfortunately, it seems that Bagan won't be appearing in the Monsterverse anytime soon, to much disappointment of kaiju fans everywhere. The idea of these two behemoths going head to head is simply too exciting to ignore, a spectacle that would have kaiju fans on the edge of their seats. But who knows, perhaps one day, Bagan will make its grand entrance onto the big screen and challenge Godzilla for the title of the ultimate kaiju. Bagan is a legendary kaiju hailing from ancient China, renowned for its immense strength, power, and versatility. With the ability to absorb energy and adapt to any situation, Bagan boasts a deadly arsenal of weapons such as a powerful roar, razor-sharp claws, and a devastating energy blast. Said to be one of the oldest kaiju in existence, or perhaps maybe the oldest ever, Bagan is referred as a god or demon, possessing the power to control the elements and unleash destructive attacks. Its energy absorption abilities allow it to gain strength from its surroundings, while its energy blasts have the capability to level entire cities and cause volcanic eruptions. With a body measuring over 300 meters in height and weighing over 100,000 tons, Bagan's dragon-like appearance is both awe-inspiring and terrifying, featuring glowing red eyes, razor-sharp claws, and a deafening roar that can be heard for miles. Bagan's intelligence is on par with the most advanced kaiju, allowing it to outsmart and outmaneuver its opponents. Its adaptability also makes it an unpredictable force, able to change its form and abilities to suit the situation. Although Bagan's real history is still shrouded in mystery, it's a kaiju that commands respect and fear from all who hear its name. It has been depicted in various forms of media, ranging from protector of Earth to a destructive force wreaking havoc on cities and civilizations. Whether you see Bagan as a protector or a destructive force, I'm sure that it's a kaiju that demands respect and commands fear from all who hear its name. Bagan, also known as Bakan, was originally introduced in 1980 and the 1983 drafts for the film Resurrection of Godzilla. Despite some publications using the name Bakan, most official materials refer to him as Bagan. Bagan had various forms throughout the different iterations of its character. In the 1980 draft, he had three forms, which are the sacred monkey beast form, the sacred dragon beast form, and the sacred water beast form. In the 1983 version, he had an additional demon beast form. In the first iteration of Mothra vs. Bagan, Bagan was referred to as a spirit god beast, a dragon god beast, and a demon god beast. However, in the second iteration of Mothra vs. Godzilla, Bagan only had one form. In Super Godzilla, Bagan took a spherical form known as his energy form or energy sphere form. The final form was simply referred to as Bagan, though the Demon Beast subtitle could be used to describe the form itself. Bagan was initially created for the film Resurrection of Godzilla, but was eventually scrapped in the favor of Return of Godzilla. He was later reintroduced in the planned film called Mothra vs. Bagan, but it was ultimately cancelled due to the poor box office performance of Godzilla vs. Biollante. Despite these setbacks, Bagan remains as an interesting character in the Godzilla universe, and we can only imagine what could have been if these films had come to fruition. Bagan was a monster originally planned for the movie Resurrection of Godzilla. In 1980, Tomoyuki Tanaka proposed that Bagan would battle the GSDF and then Godzilla. Bagan could shift between three forms: the sacred monkey beast form, the sacred dragon beast form, and the sacred water beast form. In 1983, Bagan was updated with an additional form, which is the demon beast form. Bagan was also planned for a solo film called Mothra vs. Bagan in the 1990s. At first, he was imagined as having three forms, which is the spirit god beast, the dragon god beast, and the demon god beast. But the shape-shifting was later removed and Bagan was overhauled into a single form. Despite various artists creating designs for Bagan, the film was eventually scrapped. This was because the previous Godzilla film, which was Godzilla vs. Biollante, didn't perform well as expected, and Toho was hesitant and scared to introduce a new monster. The earliest version of Bagan from Resurrection of Godzilla had 3 separate forms: an ape-like sacred monkey beast form, a fish-like sacred water beast form, and a winged sacred dragon beast, which was, a dragon. Each form could only be used on land, in the sea, and in the air respectively. Also, each form was individually said to be a different color, with only the sacred water beast color being known through its description of having green slimy skin all over its body, with a face somewhat reptile-like, with a wide opening mouth, and with fish-like fins for swimming. For the 1983 draft, an additional 4th totem-like form was written in, but there was no official contemporary concept art exists of this today. The legendary shape-shifting monster was revived for Mothra vs. Bagan in the first version of the movie. The monster would have 3 forms in the original 1980 proposal. According to Shinji Nishikawa, drawing book of Godzilla, the only form which was specifically described was the spirit god beast, equivalent to the sacred monkey beast, which was mentioned as having a figure like an elephant. In addition, there were the dragon god beast and demon god beast forms, a mix of the sacred dragon beast and sacred water beast forms with a replacement of the sacred water beast respectively. Widely varying concepts were submitted by Shinji Nishikawa, Minoru Yoshida, Hiroto Aragaki, and Takashi Sonoyama, though little about these pieces seem to have carried over to later designs as development continued. However, special effects director Koichi Kawakita decided that Bagan would have only a single form. For this version, Nishikawa and Yoshida continued submitting art with the addition of Yasushi Nirasawa. Yoshida and Nirasawa steered the direction of the monster's look, with one of Yoshida's concept, Bagan Design B, being used in storyboards, while Nirasawa's demonic-looking concept was decided upon as the final design. Design A started to be Bagan's canonical design, has vaguely a Godzilla-like shape. He has top or black-colored and pinkish red armored skin, protruding structures from his shoulders and base of his tail, with yellow orbs, yellow spikes on his jaw and elbows running down his back, plus yellow nails, horns, and tail fur. Design B is white and green in coloration, sharing the general body shape of the A type. This Bagan has 3 forms on his head as well, but the 2 horns on the side are located on each jaw and are black in color along with all of its extendable claws. This concept also has no spikes, instead having its tail tipped to a sharp pincer, blonde hair at its hands, feet, head, lower jaw, and tail tip, and a prominent hunchback rather than shoulder protrusions. The red and dark brown Design A artwork from Mothra vs. Bagan commonly placed alongside information regarding the Super Godzilla incarnation of the creature, and even recolored to more accurately to match the video game sprite in Super Godzilla, is not actually the exact source of this design. Another piece of concept art by Minoru Yoshida was recycled for Bagan's final form in Super Godzilla, although with different colors, an umber and light brown body coloration with yellow horns and spikes. Differences the Super Godzilla design and the Design A Bagan, aside from the coloration, include a lack of bulbous orbs in Bagan's legs, back and shoulders, and the shoulder tail and protrusions being more akin to spikes. Bagan's energy form is a brown tangled pulsating mass that has a green aura. He resembles Biolante's nucleus. For a Godzilla movie studio tour, a highly detailed Bagan model was sculpted by Minoru Yoshida, and the renders of this model were incorporated into the game. Generally, the model was based on the Design A look, but with major differences in coloration, which were light gray and reddish brown armored skin, rougher than the A type, a dim gray chest, groin, and knee skin, top horns and spikes, and also spikes at the tip of the tail and in place of hair or sight, and purple shoulder orbs. Bagan's abilities are also nothing to scoff at as well. Starting with shapeshifting, Bagan has the ability to change its form depending on the environment it's in. In Resurrection of Godzilla, which was the 1980s draft, Bagan could shapeshift into 3 separate forms, flight, water, and land-based, but could only be in its flight-based form in the sky, water-based form on the sea, and land-based form on dry land. In Super Godzilla, Bagan had the added ability to heal itself when changing form, and even had a 4th form. Moving on to flame attacks, Bagan has the ability to breathe fire in its sacred monkey beast form. In Resurrection of Godzilla and in Super Godzilla, it can fire a flame attack from its mouth. Bagan also has a range of electric and light-based attacks such as lightning from its mouth in its sacred beast form in Resurrection of Godzilla, an intense light ray from its horn in Mothra vs. Bagan, plasma beam and arrow attack in Super Godzilla, Horn Laser, Diamond Storm, Light Ray from its forehead horn, and the unused Beam Horn in Super Godzilla, and Destruction Rays and a Light Ray from its horns in Godziban. When it comes to water-based attacks, Bagan has the ability to fire a liquid ray in its Sacred Water Beast form in Resurrection of Godzilla and create whirlpools when rising from the ocean in Mothra vs. Bagan. Bagan also has the ability to fly thanks to its physical wings in its Sacred Dragon Beast form from Resurrection of Godzilla and its Demon God Beast form from the first version of Mothra vs. Bagan. In the Super Godzilla video game, Bagan's energy form has the ability to levitate. In terms of physical abilities, Bagan's Sacred Monkey Beast form is an extraordinary jumper, and its Design A and B from Mothra vs. Bagan have extendable claws, movable horns, and a whip-like tail, which were also present in the Super Godzilla incarnation. Bagan in Super Godzilla was also depicted as having high physical strength and durability, including an ability called Forceful Tackle. Finally, in terms of defensive capabilities, Bagan had the ability to heal itself when changing form in the 1983 Resurrection of Godzilla draft, but lost this ability once it entered its Demon Beast form. Bagan, a demon beast in the Godzilla universe, has three main weaknesses. Firstly, once he transforms into his final form, he cannot change back and therefore cannot heal itself, leading to his defeat by Godzilla. Secondly, he was weakened by Mothra's poisoned powder. And lastly, in Godziban, the TV show, the cells of Godzilla and King Ghidorah inside Bagan began to fight, causing Bagan to stop his rampaging. Bagan, the super ancient beast from China, has also made several appearances in Godzilla media over the years. Let's take a look at some of his most notable appearances, if not his only appearances, in media. Bagan made a big impact as the final boss in the 1993 video game Super Godzilla. Born from spliced cells of Godzilla and King Ghidorah, Bagan was supercharged by his alien commanders and quickly became the most powerful enemy in the game. In the game, Bagan starts off with his energy form, but soon transforms to his familiar form. He is known for his immense physical strength, durability, and a wide range of powerful attacks. Regular Godzilla attacks won't even scratch him, making it necessary to transform into Super Godzilla to defeat him. According to Lee Mays, The Lost Films, the unnamed alien antagonist in Godzilla, Super Godzilla, is actually a recycled version of the alien Miko from the unmade 1972 film Godzilla vs. the Space Monsters. Bagan made one last appearance in the 1998 Godzilla movie studio tour. In this game, he appears alongside Godzilla and Douglas in the publicity department. Players can even create and print out mock posters for their custom movies featuring Bagan. In the kids shop, Bagan appears as a printable sumo wrestling tabletop game where he faces off against Godzilla. This marks the end of Bagan's legacy in Godzilla media. Or so you thought. Bagan also appeared in the Japanese television show called Godziban not long ago, which was a spin-off of the Godzilla franchise aimed at children. In this show, Bagan was portrayed as a powerful monster who was created from ancient dragon remains and was worshipped as a god. However, he was eventually defeated by the combined efforts of Godzilla and the other monsters. In Godziban, Bagan was depicted as a massive dragon-like creature with a horn on its forehead and large wings. He had incredible strength and durability, as well as the ability to shoot powerful beams of energy from his eyes. He was a formidable opponent, but Godzilla and his allies were able to defeat him through teamwork and strategic planning, and also the power of friendship. Despite his limited appearances in Godziban, Bagan was well received by fans of the franchise and remains one of the most memorable monsters from the show. Bagan is a mighty kaiju in the Toho universe, known for its power, intelligence, and adaptability. With the ability to absorb energy and grow stronger, Bagan is a formidable force. Its energy blasts can destroy cities and cause massive volcanic eruptions. Physical strength is also on Bagan's side, with razor-sharp claws and powerful jaws that can tear and rip through the toughest of opponents. With a weight of over 100,000 tons, it's one of the largest kaiju around. Bagan's adaptability and intelligence give it the ability to counter any attack thrown in its way and outsmart its opponents. In some depictions, Bagan is even portrayed as a protector of Earth, using its power to defend the planet from other kaiju threats. Bagan's strength and power are not constant, as the outcome of battles can be influenced by the environment and situation, such as fighting in a city or open field, underwater, or in space. Overall, Bagan is a truly powerful kaiju with the ability to take on multiple opponents and emerge victorious. Its size, energy absorption abilities, and powerful energy blasts make it a formidable force in the Toho universe. Its adaptability and intelligence only add to its strength and make Bagan one of the most, if not most, powerful kaiju ever. Bagan, one of the most powerful kaijus in the Toho universe, is a formidable opponent for Godzilla. Its energy absorption and powerful energy blasts, razor-sharp sharp claws, massive size and weight, adaptability, and intelligence make it a challenge for Godzilla to defeat. Bagan's regenerative abilities also make it difficult to take down, as it can quickly heal from any injuries sustained in battle and continue to gain strength through energy absorption. Additionally, Bagan's size and weight can be used to overpower and crush Godzilla, and its massive size make it difficult for Godzilla to hit its vital points. In some depictions, Bagan's flight capabilities add to its advantage in battle, allowing it to dodge Godzilla's attacks and strike from above. Its energy blasts are also so powerful to potentially kill or severely weaken Godzilla. Overall, Bagan is a formidable kaiju with adaptability, intelligence, and immense power, making it a difficult opponent for Godzilla, yeeting him off the world and sending him to the afterlife. And here is the part we've all been wanting to hear. Can Bagan defeat King Ghidorah? Are you kidding me? King Ghidorah is going to die without even making a move on Bagan. In the world of Toho's kaiju, Bagan is considered to be a formidable force, and its ability to defeat King Ghidorah is often seen as an easy feat. This is due to Bagan's immense size and unmatched powers, which include its thick armored hide, powerful energy blast, sharp claws and teeth. Bagan's durability make it nearly invulnerable to most forms of attack, and its offensive abilities make it a formidable opponent in battle. This power level is believed to be far beyond that of King Ghidorah, making Bagan a formidable adversary for the three-headed dragon. However, it's important to note that the outcome of any battle between two kaiju is never a certainty and can be influenced by a variety of factors such as the environment and the weapons available to each kaiju. Nevertheless, Bagan's immense power and abilities make it a kaiju to be reckoned with, and its inclusion in any battle will make it a very unfair fight for the other kaiju, including King Ghidorah. In some depictions of the Godzilla franchise, Bagan is portrayed as a more powerful monster than King Ghidorah. However, this is not a universally established fact that can vary between different continuities. Some reasons that Bagan may be depicted as more powerful than King Ghidorah include unique abilities. Bagan may have abilities that King Ghidorah do not possess, such as energy projection or the ability to absorb energy. Next is the stronger physical attributes. Bagan may be depicted as having stronger physical form, such as thicker skin or more powerful limbs, giving it an advantage in combat. The last one is a plot-based narrative. In some continuities, Bagan may be portrayed as more powerful in order to further the story or to provide a more formidable opponent for Godzilla. It is important to note that these depictions are not absolute and can change between continuities and films. Additionally, it's a matter of personal interpretation and opinions as to which monster is more powerful. But personally, I still think Bagan is much more powerful than King Ghidorah, and I think King Ghidorah is overrated. Bagan is a unique kaiju in the Toho universe, as it possesses abilities and powers that far surpass those of a typical kaiju. Its massive size, thick armored hide, and powerful energy blasts make it nearly invulnerable to most forms of attack. Additionally, Bagan's powerful jaws, sharp claws, and razor-sharp teeth make it a formidable opponent in battle. These abilities are considered to be on a whole different level compared to other kaiju, such as Godzilla, King Ghidorah, and Rodan. Bagan's power level is so great that many fans believe it could take on all the other kaiju in the Toho universe and come out victorious. Its strength and abilities are considered to be unmatched, making Bagan a true powerhouse in the world of giant monsters. Bagan's inclusion in any battle would make it an unfair fight for other kaiju, such as its abilities far surpass those of any kaiju in the Toho universe. Even without its own movie or any TV show, Bagan is a popular character in the Toho kaiju universe, and fans have been calling for its inclusion in the Monsterverse, a franchise of American monster films produced by Legendary Pictures. However, there have been no official confirmation from Legendary Pictures regarding Bagan's appearance in the Monsterverse. If Bagan were to be included, it is possible that the filmmakers would make changes to the character to fit with the other kaiju in the franchise, such as Godzilla. This could result in some abilities being nerfed or the design being altered to fit with the aesthetic of the Monsterverse, which could compromise the character's integrity and make it less powerful. On the other hand, the filmmakers could make Bagan a more powerful character and a formidable opponent for all kaiju in the Monsterverse. It is difficult to predict how Bagan would be handled in the Monsterverse until an official announcement is made by Legendary Pictures. Regardless, Bagan's inclusion in the Monsterverse would be a highly anticipated event amongst fans. Both the Toho Kaiju universe, and the Monsterverse. Bagan is considered one of the most powerful kaiju in the Toho universe, and its inclusion in a battle with Godzilla would likely result in an unfair fight. Bagan's immense size and durability, combined with its powerful offensive abilities, make it a formidable opponent for any kaiju. Some fans argue that Bagan is too powerful and that it would be difficult for Godzilla to defeat it in a one-on-one battle. The difference in power and abilities between the two kaiju would likely result in an uneven match, with Bagan having a significant advantage better than Godzilla. This is why some fans consider a battle between Bagan and Godzilla to be an unfair fight, but it's important to note that the outcome of any kaiju battle is dependent on the context and circumstances of the fight, and nothing can be predicted with certainty. Bagan is a force to be reckoned with in the Toho Kaiju universe, a literal freak of nature you could say. Its immense size, incredible durability, and impressive offensive abilities make it a formidable opponent for any other kaiju. Its inclusion in the Monsterverse is eagerly awaited by fans who are curious to see how it will be depicted and if it will live up to its reputation as one of the most powerful kaiju in the Toho universe. While some fans believe that a battle between Bagan and Godzilla would be an unfair fight, the outcome of any kaiju battle is dependent on the context and circumstances of the fight. Nevertheless, Bagan remains an iconic kaiju in the world of giant monsters, and its popularity and reputation among fans only continue to grow. Well folks, that's it for today's video on Bagan. Remember, if you come across Bagan in the wild, just remember to run the other way and don't stop until you reach Mexico. Trust me, it's better that way. No, it's the best way. Or just dig a hole and bury yourself like what Minecraft YouTubers do, you know, to pass the time or until Bagan is done with his chaos. And very important, never forget, size doesn't matter. Well, unless you're talking about giant monsters, then size definitely matters. So until next time, stay safe and watch out for giant monsters. This is Chapter Master Timos Trinitus, and I'll see you around. Peace.